Hi, my name is Ray, and today we are explaining the low ropes game Mission Impossible, one of my favorites. So compared to other low ropes games, this is like one of the more difficult ones, one of the ones that requires probably like a couple more days just to evaluate like how your team's been going like the whole week, you know, how they're working together. But I usually start off by saying like you guys have seen these really cool movies, like these James Bond movies, these Mission Impossible movies, where they go in these banks and they see these red tripwires. And that's what these ropes are. And then you can't touch the ground. Okay, those are the first initial rules. So they get like an understanding of like what they're going to be doing. And they have to cross everybody from this platform to that platform. So when you're explaining it, like I would have everybody on this platform, that way everybody stays involved. Some kids try and tread back farther to the white platform, which is where a cameraman is standing on. You don't want to go back there. Like you want to keep them all involved, even if they're not talking. So the main objective is they cannot touch these ropes. They can't touch the ground. Using these three boards, you want to say three. They could probably like try and figure out a way with two, but you want to give the hint that it's way easier to use all three. So you want to use these three boards to get across. So some rules you want to mention when you're going. You can't, like some kids will be that ridiculous that they'll say, "Can I climb up on top of this pole and jump off?" You can't do that. That's like a big safety thing. Make sure they know to walk across, not jump. A lot of kids will just stick one board out and then try and just like leap from the middle. That's like a thing you want to be like, no, like you got to make sure it's possible just to like walk across. Another thing is like if it's a little wet but like you still want to play the game, it's like one of those things where you want the facilitator to be like involved in the game. I always try and stand in the middle of the element just so I can be like spotting just in case she slips, or if someone's holding down the board with their weight and it shifts up the wrong way and they fall over. Always just be like constantly spotting, always being like constantly involved in the game. So sometimes they'll also ask these big stone blocks. This is like the main, like obvious, like the most common way I've seen people get across. But they use all three boards on top of the rock, this board here, and they use the boards to get across. But sometimes they ask to move the rock. Don't do that, just because for safety issues, the rock can be a little unstable if they put it somewhere else, or if they drop it, it could like land on someone's foot. So just keep the rock where it is. That's another big rule to mention. Also, they might ask to like walk around it or like just jump around it. It's another rule. They can't do that. So the main objective is get everybody across from point A to point B using the three boards. Don't touch the ropes. Don't touch the ground. It's a great game. It's like kind of like one of those like ultimate like challenges. Like if it's Friday and your group's been killing it all week, give them this game. It's a doozy, but it's a lot of fun.